After we got here, she sprung on me this idea that, hey, I'd like for you to go up and tell the folks about Operation Smile. We first became involved in Operation Smile when our son and daughter-in-law decided to adopt. They were working through a Christian organization and decided to adopt in China. The Chinese government changes their regulations on adoption on a regular basis, and it was taking forever. So finally they said, would you take a child with a disability? Took some deep consideration, some heart search, some prayer, and finally they decided, yes, they would do that. And what we got was this little gal with cleft lip and cleft palate. When I first saw that, I wondered if they really knew what they were doing. Excuse me. But we got Charlotte. She was 18 months old. She's now approaching 6 years. What a difference Operation Smile has made with her. Some of these children don't survive past age 12 or 14. Their difficulties in nutrition and feeding and just the act of getting food into their systems. What you see on the right up here is the result of 2 major surgeries, and she probably has 2 or 3 more to go. Operation Smile is much like us. They're an all-volunteer organization. In fact, we have 2 young ladies in our Ruritan club at home that have been overseas and trained to be a part of Operation Smile volunteers. In your magazine, one that's mailed to everyone and one that you have in your booklets, on page 12 is this story of Operation Smile and a little bit about Charlotte here. $240, because this is a volunteer organization, will get a child the smile that you see on the right up here. Talk about changing lives. In China, this little girl was an outcast. If she had survived, she would have had no life. When they first got her and started walking around China, you see this hat. They bought her a big floppy hat because the Chinese would stop and point and stare and make comments. So they got her that big floppy hat and pulled it down over her head. But $240. Now I figured from what Dada said earlier, if I could keep her from buying 1 magazine a week, and that's without tax, it comes to $93.08. She'd almost have a half a surgery. I push for this charity to be our national focus. I was able to make the first donation, so you can't do that. Ruritan Road made the second donation, so you can't do that. When we went to the Apple Blossom Festival up in the Rappahannock District, is that right, Phil? The Stonewall District Club made a donation in my name, and like I am now, I could hardly speak. So what I'm asking you to do, individuals can make checks. You can make checks to Ruritan and put a note on the line below for Operation Smile. You can make donations direct to Operation Smile. You can send that check to Ruritan too if you like. But if you make a direct donation, please let the national office know about it, because we like to have a total to see how much impact we've had for Operation Smile. You don't have to give $240. You can send them a check for $2. A bunch of $2 checks soon add up. We've had probably some other donations, but Charlie Bowman was telling me last weekend that they had a speaker from Operation Smile. They just had a fundraiser, so we wrote them a check for $500. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Club. I'm asking you as individuals to donate, as clubs to donate, as zones, as districts. I'd really like to make an impact. Dada said earlier, the government would be all smiles if it could measure your happiness. You have a chance to have your own smile and make the government happy. Father's Day just passed, and I got this nice little Father's Day card, but inside it was this: best Father's Day gift I ever got from my family. 3 checks, I think, 4 checks, totaling $240. That's another Operation Smile.